Welcome back. I will try to make this video as quick as possible. I will explain the problem that I was having. I will show you the way I fixed it, and I will send you with farewells and tuck you in your bed. And no, I won't do this. But basically, I've been busy. I'm working a full-time job. Sometimes we do some around the clock work, and I have a lot of other things and errands that I need to do every day. And unfortunately, even though I would want to stream more, I can only stream for like 1.5 hours, 2 hours every day, and I will have a maximum of 30 minutes to edit the videos. Uh, the editing process sometimes can take up to 1.5 hours, even though I didn't do anything especially complex. But yeah, mostly I'm cutting the silences because I want to make the video as compact and as entertaining as possible. So in this video, I will show you how I managed to find a solution that does this for me automatically. Keep in mind, I'm in Linux, I'm using Linux, and I'm also using Kdenlive, which is an open source editor. I know that DaVinci is also free. It also has a limited edition that is completely free, but for some reason I've been working with Kdenlive for like 5 years. So I just got used to it, especially because I'm using Linux as well. But so what my issue was, let me just open this. All right. So this is one of the videos that I was filming. It took 20 minutes, and I don't plan on publishing it because I'm not happy with the content or the video itself. But what I would do every time, I would first zoom out, zoom in a bit. I would cut here the different sections. Then when I remove this, yeah, the video was on meta planning to retire Messenger desktop in April 2026, which I thought to be highly controversial after I realized that they just changed the domain. Even though I think it's a pretty douche bag thing to do, the fact that now you are forcing now your users to use your Facebook.com platform, knowing that a lot of people are, well, pretty addicted to social networks. And the only reason why they are moving Messenger.com, which is the web client for Messenger, to Facebook.com/Messenger is because they want to attract more people to Facebook, which is, as you already know, a dying platform, both literally and figuratively. Literally, because I think they are losing users by the second, and figuratively because I read somewhere that Facebook is the social media platform with most profiles of deceased users. But yeah, that's not the point. So basically, I would cut this, and now I would need to select, I would need to cut it, I would need to move these snippets around, and then I would zoom in again. And here, for example, I have, was this 238, 242, so it's like 4 seconds of silence. So I would need to cut these as well, all of these little uh, sections, and it used to take me quite a lot of time, but I found a solution. And no, I know that DaVinci has this out of the box. I know that Adobe Premiere has this also available in its base edition. Unfortunately, I'm using Linux, and you know, people who use Linux, they tend to eat the cord the long way on purpose because it's harder. So I had to find a way around this. Basically, Kdenlive doesn't have this implemented. So what I did was the following. All right, so this is my project, and here are some files that were generated in the pipeline, in the workflow, basically. And it all starts like this: ffmpeg. Yeah, this is the one. This is the first command. So this whole command in general, it analyzes the audio of the video that we recorded, detects silences, it prints timestamps, and it saves the silence info into the file called silences.log. ffmpeg is the program we are using that is a pretty comprehensive tool for processing media streams, audio and video. Hide banner, we are hiding the prints. This is our input, which is the video that we are providing. AF flag is the audio filter, and here we are actually, setting the filter that we are using. We are using the silence detect filter, which does not cut audio on its own. It only detects silence and prints it in a message that we will export later. 55 decibels is the noise threshold. It means consider audio below 55 decibels to be silence. I'm still tweaking this around. Most probably this will change, but for now the value that I'm having is 55 decibels for the noise threshold. And 55 is really quiet. And if audio drops below 55, consider it silent. This is another flag, which means silence must last at least 1.4 seconds to be detected. If we pause for 0.8 seconds, it's gonna be ignored. 1.3 seconds is gonna be ignored. Everything above 1.4 seconds will be detected. F null, there's no output format. We're not providing anything as an output format. And here we are sending the standard output, or this is the standard error. We are redirecting the standard error into silences.log. Silences.log is the file with the timestamps. Under the hood, I don't know what is happening exactly, but I think that FFmpeg is reading the samples, it's measuring the amplitude, converting them to decibels, comparing to the threshold that we set, and then it tracks the duration. That's why it takes around 15 to 20 seconds on shorter videos, so it's not exactly instant. So second hook, let's see what silence says. Let me just here, silences.log outputs. All of this, look at this. So silences.log is basically FFmpeg's transcript of everything that happened while we run this command for detecting silence. All right, let's. I mean, it's a fairly long file, a fairly long transcript, but let's try to explain what happens in the same order it appears. This right here is the input header. This is what FFmpeg discovered when it ran some analytics on the input file. Basically, this is a type of the input stream is input.mkv or matroskas /webm. What other information do we have? We have duration right here. We have two streams. One of the streams is video, H.264. The other stream is audio, 48 kilohertz stereo. Yeah, it's right here. So these are just informations about the video that was processed. Now here is the stream mapping. This is what FFmpeg decided to process right here. FFmpeg is basically saying here, I'm passing video through a wrapped underscore audio video frame internal format because the output is null, and then it's decoding the AAC audio into here, into PCM, raw 60-bit PCM, so filters like silent detect can analyze it. Basically, our video gets decoded to raw samples for analysis, which is normal. And where are the outputs here? This is just FFmpeg pretending it's outputting something, but it's actually discarding it. It's a fairly fast command. Usually, the output command would be a lot longer and a lot more descriptive. And here are the silence detect lines. For example, I can use this one. Silence start at X seconds from the start of the file, which is the point where audio dropped below our threshold. And we also should have silence duration here, which is basically just the end point minus the start point. This is one section of the logs. What else do we have? So these are all logs of silence sections, and this is the progress summary at the end. FFmpeg is just saying here, I processed the whole file. This is how many samples went through it. how many frames, speed. Actually, this is quite good. The analysis runs 16 times faster than real time. And then we will see silence and silence duration, all this. So what we now need to do, we now need to extract the real data. Our script now needs to extract pairs, like let me go to the top here. It should be a pair or a tuple of 0, 0, 69.8745, and then another tuple 74 dot this until 770641, all the way to the bottom. Everything else is basically noise. Everything else is not needed. All right. Let me clear terminal and let me open the content of the folder again. Oh, what I have to do again, I definitely need to optimize this a bit better and to improve it. But basically what I need to do is I need to create a new Kdenlive project with the input here and move the content of the clip inside the timeline. Save it, and I'm gonna have now project.kdenlive. What happens now is the following. Let me open another file. Get files to sh. Alright, let me now show you. The most important part of this whole process, of this whole pipeline. And this is this bash script right here called slice2. I also have the original slice. Slice2 doesn't differ much from the original slice. I don't even know what I did in the second version, but it's the one that's working though, so I don't want to change it. Basically, the big picture, or what we are trying to achieve, is that we already have the project.kdenlive, and we already have silences.log with the timestamps, and Kdenlive actually references our input.mkv. How are you saying this? Input.mkv. Alright, input.mkv. So both project.kdenlive and silences.log are using this input file. So this whole script is gonna read the silence intervals from silences.log. It's gonna convert them into frame accurate cuts at 60 frames per second. It's gonna shrink each detected silence by 200 milliseconds. This is actually one of the issues that I had when I worked with this. So the next word doesn't get chopped, and it's basically a common disadvantage of these silent detecting algorithms, that they would bleed into the next word. So my next word would actually be cut. I fix this as well. It's gonna rebuild the Kdenlive. It's gonna rebuild the Kdenlive timeline to many small clips, and it's gonna rebuild Kden groups so each slice is linked, which doesn't work. I need to fix this. But alright, maybe this is not interesting. Well, let's just go through the config section. My input file, output file, my silence log file. I need my audio playlist. I need my video playlist. I need frames per second. Basically, we are telling what files to read and write. We are telling it which playlist in our Kdenlive XML, which is the config of our Kdenlive project, represent the audio track slices and video track slices. Is gonna set the timeline to 60 frames per second. This removes 200 milliseconds from the end of each detected silence interval. Basically, we are converting these 200 milliseconds into frames, and this is times 60. 200 times 60, it's like 12 frames, I think. Every silence is gonna end 12 frames earlier than FFmpeg reported. What else? Audio track index and video track index. This doesn't work. I need to fix it. These are supposed to be track positions inside the main sequence tractor. In order to group audio and video tracks together. Again, these don't work, and it's something that I need to fix. But alright. These are some helpers. Another helper, parse silences, is extracting silence intervals from silence.logs. It's then sorting them and merging overlaps, important when, I don't know, FFmpeg reports close intervals. What else do we have? Here we are loading the KDNF project XML. All right, this is not working, so I'm just gonna skip it. What else are we? So this converts silence intervals to frames, and here we are applying our 200 milliseconds change. If our where is it? If, for example, silence start would be 10 and silence end would be 12, our start frame would be 10 times 60 is gonna be 600, and frame would be 12 times 60, it would be 720. But because we need to adjust it, we need to remove 12 from the end. It's gonna be 708. All right, we are building bounds. I don't know why I'm going through the code. I think it's not interesting. But basically what this should do, if I now run, slice to sh, it said, oh, I wrote the project split linked .kdn live, these many segments, these many groups. And now if I open this new project, it takes some time to build the sequences, but look at this. If I zoom in, it basically almost perfectly selected these silent sections, which I would take a lot of time to remove manually, but here it's almost instant. There are some issues though. For example, it never cuts the silence from the start. Also, when I'm using KDN Live, clicking on audio or video, I'm basically grouping these sections together, but now only one of them is selected. So if I delete it, I also need to delete this as well manually, which I mean, it's a pain in the ass. So this is one thing that I need to fix. And yeah, it usually, man, this usually would take me half an hour, 40 minutes definitely. And here, so quick. I might try to optimize it even further. I'll see. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you liked it. I'm gonna do more long format videos in the future. This was just a quick catching up that I had to do. By the way, thank you all for 940 subscribers. That's a great number. I'm also working on getting my camera ready, so you can also see me you can also see me pulling my hair out. I think that's it. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. And also enjoy this beautiful wallpaper.